Okay guys, so in the last video we managed to find the general rule for this pattern who is described here in this chart, who comes from this image. And now it's time for us to understand what exactly is a general rule and what is it helpful for. So basically this is a mathematical expression that can be used to find the amount of squares in the figure for any position that you want. Okay, and it's for s in terms of p, because if you replace the p by the number of the position, for example, let's say that we want to find how many squares are there in position 10, you have to make this operation replacing the p for the 10. And when you solve it, what you will get is the corresponding number for the column S in that one. So for P equal 10, it will give you the S, which is the amount of squares that will be in position 10. Okay, but let's actually confirm if what we did was right. And that is when testing and verifying come into place. Okay, so let's say, sorry, that we want to test our general rule. Okay, so what do we do when testing? We are going to make sure that what we did is okay, and we are going to use the information that was provided to us in the problem. Okay, so what information did we have? We had the information for positions 1, 2, and 3. Okay, nothing else. So if we want to check in the chart, in the table, we can use this information in order to test. Okay, so what are we going to do? We are going to select any of the positions, any of the p's that we have here. So we can choose either 1, 2, or 3. Let's say that I select 3. Okay, so we are going to test for p equal 3, which means that we are going to test for the position 3. Okay, and if we do it correctly, the result that we are going to get is 13, because for position 3 there are 13 squares. Okay, let's do it. So again, you do it by replacing in the general rule p for the position that you want, in this case 3. So 4 multiplied by 3 plus 1. Okay, this notation means that we're multiplying 4 by 3. Okay, so what is 4 by 3? It's 12. Okay, and then we have to add 1. Okay, because it's this one. And 12 plus 1 is 13. So in this case, our general rule gave us that S is 13. So yeah, this S is 13. So the general rule works. It works. And it is really important that you always state and recognize that the general rule that you did works, because in the exams, if you don't do it, you are going to be penalized. So either say that the general rule works, or that the result is 13 as shown in the table. This is another option, as seen in the table. Sorry. Or as expected. Yeah, you can phrase it in many ways, but always make sure that you state it verbally that the general rule works. And the same for verifying. Okay, now, what is verifying? Well, it is really similar to testing. You actually do it in the same way, but there's a little difference, because for verifying, you don't do it with the positions that you already knew. Yeah, in this case we're 1, 2, 3. No, for verifying, you do it with positions 4, 5, 6, or 7. Okay, the positions that you didn't know at the beginning from the table. Please don't do it with numbers that are outside the table, because what is the purpose of verifying? The purpose of verifying is that how you completed the table was correct. Okay, now that we know that the general rule works, we can use it to verify if these red numbers at the beginning were right or no. So again, test and verify. Okay, so you can select either 4, 5, or 6. Let's say that I want to test it for position 5. So once again, you check the general rule, which is 4p plus 1 equals s, and you replace the p by the position that you want to verify. In this case, 5. 4 multiplied by 5 plus 1. That should be our s, okay? So 4 times 5, it's 20, plus 1, that would be 21. Now, let's see, for position 5, did you get 21? Yeah, okay, it works. It was correct. As seen in the table, we got the result that we expected. So, again, as seen in the table. That's it for testing and verifying. Now, in the next video, you are going to learn why these kind of patterns that have like a constant, like the same common difference always, are called linear. And also, please check the next video, because in the next example, we are going to use a decreasing pattern, and there's a difference between those and these patterns that always like increase. Okay, so wait for the next video.